Hey, ballers, Squiggles here. Welcome back for Game 3 of WhiteRa versus LiquidTLO. This one's going to be played on Metalopolis. And again, look at these guys going to be spawning instantly in close air positions. So TLO, if the future or if the past is any indication, is going to have to be careful of those warp prisms because WhiteRa has, he's just known for those warp prisms, man. He is so good with them. And on any kind of map like this, where this is how much distance separates mains, you have to be careful about those warp prisms. So TLO has done the exact same build both of the last two games. Both of them have been not successful. So he is going to have to maybe vary it up a little bit. It seems like at this point WhiteRa has his number, and WhiteRa just looking incredibly powerful, unstoppable almost. And we're going to have to see if TLO is going to have the answer to take down WhiteRa in this Game 3. So, I mean, geez, WhiteRa just playing phenomenal right now. And TLO not even playing that bad. Just WhiteRa's playing better. Just refusing to attack early, or when he defends, he refuses to defend like instantly. So like in the first game, TLO threw down the bunker when WhiteRa fast expanded, right? WhiteRa doesn't panic. He just sits back, doesn't attack into it, gets like 2 more rounds of units out, and then just goes through and crushes through, right? It's like just calmness under pressure like that. WhiteRa being so good. And I mean, TLO doing a great job of putting on pressure, but WhiteRa just not biting, not falling for it. So I mean, I don't think I've seen WhiteRa attack into something before his Nexus was through its shields. He's like, I got shields, let's make use of it. I mean, they'll regen, it's not a big deal. Just buy me some time. So, great job by WhiteRa. Now, it looks like TLO going to be doing kind of the same thing, only putting the one guy in gas still. Just really wants to eke out every little mineral advantage he possibly can. And a lot of people would say, like, that's a mistake. He wants to put 3 guys in gas because that's what you do when you get gas. But not really, because the last 2 times I've seen him do this, he gets 2 Marines out. You can see the second one's already queued up. As soon as the second Marine's out, then he throws down his add-on. So gonna have to see if he does that same thing again. Getting that second supply depot, always good. And WhiteRa looks like he is going to be getting that Zealot, not skipping Zealots at all. Wants to have out that little bit bigger military, shut down any kind of early aggression, maybe put pressure on. So many more options if you get that Zealot, and the timing's pretty cool too, because you get the Cyber Core started, then you get the Zealot, and by the time the Cyber Core finishes, your Zealot should be just about done. You can see the timing lining up right here. So Cyber Core's done, Zealot, bam, done instantly, and there goes the Warp Gate, and then we should see a Stalker. There we go. Started almost instantly. So nice little timing that lines up there for any of you Protoss players who didn't know that. It's pretty cool, pretty good, and allows you to get your tech pretty quick and get out a Zealot as well. Zealot's pretty good, especially in the early game. Just so powerful. And it looks like TLO, though, is going to be going for pretty much the same thing again. Is going for the 1 Rax fast expand, throwing down in to see a third one, getting that Marauder out, and there's the Reaper. So, TLO, 3rd time in a row, going to be doing the exact same build, holding this Xel'Naga Watchtower, not nearly as pivotal as this Xel'Naga Watchtower. So, WhiteRa is going to be able to see this aggression coming if TLO decides to push out. He has pushed out the last 2 games with this little group of units. Yes, looks like he will do that. Just going to put on a little bit of pressure. Doesn't really want to lose the units too much. Just wants to put some pressure, maybe get some scouting, see what kind of unit composition WhiteRa has. Meanwhile, WhiteRa looks like he is going to throw down another gateway, and this probe is still chilling, so maybe he'll throw down something else. We're going to have to wait and see. Looks like 2 more gates, so 3 gates coming out for WhiteRa. Still could be pretty much anything. Could be 3-gate robo. Could just be 3-gate into expand. Oh, never mind. Never mind. There's already expansion down. LOL at me not looking at the minimap. So he went one gate expanded and then threw down 2 more gates. Okay, that makes more sense. All right. Ooh, let's get on the production tab. Whoopsie doops. Okay, and it looks like there is a bunker going after TLO, so TLO going to try to pressure this Nexus yet again. Saw it go down, and I don't actually know if this bunker is close enough to shoot the Nexus, but we'll see. Looks like this probe is going to scout what's going on, and he is going to pay with his little probey life for that nice placement on that pylon by WhiteRa. And you can see that TLO is going to be just streaming units down. Going to try to put pressure on again. That Reaper does a lot of damage to buildings, actually. And here we go. So WhiteRa, again, look at this. If he attacks right now, it's close. It's actually really close. But, and I mean, more reinforcements coming in for TLO. But look at this. WhiteRa just is so careful, so calm. He's just going to push out a little bit, push back. Not a big deal. Going to relax, going to get more units. Just to get more units. There's the Guardian Shield, and now he's going to attack into it when he has more units. Oh, wow. One of his sentries going down almost instantly, and now he's going to be trying to put pressure on this bunker, but mainly just trying to take out these Marauders. Marauders doing a good job focusing down the Stalkers. Looks like, oh, that Marauder with a little bit of health left is going to live. And it looks like these SCVs now going to be focused down because they were doing a good job of repairing. More units streaming down for TLO, though, and it looks like WhiteRa, oh, well, the bunker is dead now, and there is still a lot of units for TLO, but WhiteRa does have quite a few of his own. Oh, the Stalker's going to get away. And 3 Marines versus 3 Zealots, so these Zealots are going to have to go ahead and run. I mean, these Marines are going to have to run. There's a Marauder, and so it looks like, oh, 1 Zealot going to go down, but now we have more Stalkers out, and it looks like WhiteRa has held again. Nice pressure by TLO, but just was not worth it. You can see their supplies are about the same. And see, look at these great pylons that WhiteRa has. He's able to warp in defensively right here. He's able to warp in offensively right here, just pushing advantages every little place he can possibly get. Looks like TLO does have his expansion now, not going to throw it down quite yet, and is getting a 4th barracks right now and throwing down a bunker. And so WhiteRa is, oh, you're kidding me. WhiteRa, you are so good. All right, so WhiteRa, he sees there's no expansion, and he knows that it's like pretty detrimental to your health to attack up a ramp. So he's just going to take a 3rd. He's just taking a 3rd super early. This is 8 minutes and 30 seconds. He's taking a actually less than that. It was like 8 minutes. Taking a 3rd base because he knows that TLO has to be defensive. TLO still going to be oversaturating his mineral line, but not able to really do anything. Here comes down the Robo facility. So if they, oh man, if we see a Warp Prism again, oh, poor TLO. Okay, TLO just now going to be taking his expansion, lifting off that orbital, going to be running it back down there, throwing down additional barracks. So TLO going to go really racks heavy. Looks like he's getting 7 racks. Wow. So TLO wants to end it right here, but I don't know. WhiteRa is looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and check out the units. We can see 32 SCVs versus 42 probes. There are 5 mules, though, and those mules will help a ton. And military-wise, I mean, let's go ahead and look. It looks like, yeah, TLO does have the stronger military, so this is anybody's game. The thing is, TLO needs to make something happen, because if he doesn't, he's going to be like, okay, I have my expansion up. I'm even on expansions. I'm doing good. But that is not the case, because WhiteRa's expansion is done. So as probes start to get rallied there, I mean, he's just going to get out of control ahead. And here comes an observer. Okay, just an observer. No reason to be crazy. Oh, wow. WhiteRa is adding on a lot of gateways himself. Looks like he's going to have 7 gates. So it's going to be 7 gates versus 7 racks. But there is that Robo. So, okay, looks like an Immortal coming out. Going to be chrono boosting out that Immortal. Good choice, good choice. There are a lot of Marauders in this bio ball with just a few Marines. And oh wow, looks like that Stalker is absolutely going to get rolled. It looks like Stim is done, Concussive Shells is done, Combat Shields is not done. Actually not even started. And here we go. Looks like TLO going to be splitting his units a little bit. So many Zealots though. Zealots so good at tanking that damage. And as the Zealots close, the Marines and Marauders are going to be forced to run away. And look at this, splitting his units up. Oh no, got caught a little bit and is going to take some nice damage there from WhiteRa, as it looks like WhiteRa is able to defend fairly. Might lose that Immortal. Doesn't want to lose that Immortal. Looks like that Immortal is going to go down. Hey, there he goes. But meanwhile, I mean, TLO just losing all kinds of stuff right now. WhiteRa taking a nice supply lead early on in the game, and as it looks like, well, it looks like TLO does have a lot of. Never mind. Wow, that's so many Zealots coming out for WhiteRa and just crunching the units of TLO. TLO stimming and trying to do as much damage as he can while he kites these Zealots. As soon as those Zealots get in range, he's going to absolutely lose everything. And this one last Marine is going to run home and tell the tale. And it looks like WhiteRa is content to, oh wow, he's going to build a Warp Prism. WhiteRa, you sly devil, you. So TLO with 7 racks. Looks like they are all rallied out here though. And so if he gets some, here it goes, and looks like he's going to be warping the guys over here so we can get a full group of units, and then he can come in here, drop, and then instantly warp in more units. And TLO does not look like he has anything anywhere near his expansion. Keep in mind that TLO does have only 2 expansions versus the 3 of WhiteRa, and here comes TLO going to be stimming in, doing a big attack, but at the same time, I'm looking at the mini-map, and I want to, oh, TLO just does not have very many units right here, and where is it? Here it is, the Warp Prism. He's going to be dropping off his units, and now he's going to be making it into a proxy. There we go, and more Zealots streaming in. So, LiquidTLO's mineral line is under attack yet again with the exact same strategy. Meanwhile, looks like WhiteRa is actually pushing TLO back, or maybe TLO is just trying to reinforce. Oh no! Little missed rally point there. Going to be sacrificing a couple of Marauders. One more Marauder going to try to slow down his units, trying to run back as quickly as possible. More units being warped in for WhiteRa. WhiteRa just has a ton of zealots in the mineral line. You can see more zealots even being warped in now. And look at that. There was even a force field on the ramp, so TLO couldn't get up his own ramp. Looks like a couple of stalkers now being warped in, as well as even more zealots. And here comes WhiteRa, going to totally be crunching. Nice force fields going down. And look, just so little health on all of TLO's guys who have been overstimmed this entire time, trying to hold, but his main is totally under siege. His natural is about to be under siege as well. And looks like TLO is going to be crunched in his own main. He is just absolutely overrun. These warp prisms has absolutely paid incredible dividends for WhiteRa over the course of this game. There's the GG. So WhiteRa going to take this series. I believe it was a 5-game series because they played 3 games and WhiteRa won all of them. But WhiteRa just in incredible form with nice, innovative play. You still don't see warp prisms used very much unless you watch WhiteRa play because he uses them all the freaking time. And apparently, they're pretty good. He's been having some pretty good results, and he is just, wow. I mean, able to hold the front easily, push TLO back this way, at the same time dropping here and then warping in additional units. But really, I think it came down to getting this early third. He was able to defend his natural, delay TLO's natural. He knew TLO was going to, you know, hold for a little bit longer, decided not to attack up here, and instead got a different advantage by taking that incredibly quick third, allowed him to get a huge economy increase, and that was just it. Even adding on 4 more gates right there at the end. Wow. So just phenomenal play by WhiteRa. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this WhiteRa versus TLO series of matches. Leave comments and subscribe if you want to. But really, just thank you for coming and joining me for these awesome matches. I'll catch you guys later. Squiggles out.